Yo, what is up, people? I did not expect to be doing this video so soon, but they've just released a new teaser for the second South Korean operator. He's called Vigil, and it looks like those rumors may have been somewhat true, that one of these operators will be invisible to drones, and that is what it looks like this person here kind of does. There are a whole bunch of TVs in the background covering different angles of him as he's walking forward, and I'm gonna just assume that this is representing either drones or cameras. And as soon as he says the line, "No one ever sees me coming," and he puts on his mask, all the feeds just go blank. He says, "I'm in everyone's blind spot," and then disappears. So I can see how people would say that he's invisible to drones. From the looks of it, it kind of looks like he has one of those mute jammers onto his back, which kind of raises a whole bunch of questions. If this works like a mute jammer, does this have like some kind of battery that it runs on and it runs out? And then it has a cooldown time, kind of like Kavira's silent step, or is this just constantly on all the time? And the only way to counter this would be to bring a Thatcher. And also, does this only work for just drones or all electronics in general? Because I mean, it would be pretty cool if he is in fact a mobile mute, and you can hear a thermite set up on the other side of a reinforced wall, and you just stand there. Because I don't think that his ability just being able to not be seen by drones is actually enough. There has to be at least 2 or 3 uses to this, and I'm also interested to see how they balance him and mute so they don't make one or the other obsolete when the new season drops. But what I think is interesting is that when a drone is close to mute jammer, it kind of gets all blurred out, and then if you get too close, it just goes completely offline and it just goes black. Like if you watch mute's operator video, all the screens just blank out one by one. With this guy, the screens didn't blank out, they just went back to white, kind of like how if somebody was to hack into a camera feed and keep it looping. That's kind of how the TVs went as soon as he put on his mask. So I'm not sure this would exactly knock your drones offline, but who knows, maybe it would just put them in a looping feed. And the last 2 things that come to mind are that if this operator does have something to do with interference, if you actually try to go on your drone and like the screen is not working, would that mean that he's actually close to you, or is he close to where your drone is, and you would have to figure that out? That would also be a pretty cool element. And lastly, would IQ be able to pick up the jammer on his back? I mean, it's electronic, but at the same time, it the point of it is to deal with interference. So could IQ actually pick up this drone, or would we have to leave that for Thatcher and Twitch to be his counters? And for his loadout, Vigil will be getting the K1A SMG and the BOSG 12.2, but I think this is still the Caltech 12. They just changed the name. And for secondaries, he'll be getting the C75 Auto and the SMG 12 machine pistols as his secondary. And lastly, looking at his armor, he doesn't seem too heavily armored, so I'm just gonna assume that he's gonna be a 3 speed and 1 armor. Plus, it would be pretty useless to have him at 3 armor and 1 speed, you know, basically be an anchor. I think, yeah, he looks like a roamer to me. So we'll see. Once again, the full reveal is coming this Sunday, that is November 19th. But yeah, I think they've teased just about everything before the final reveal, so that's pretty good. Who are you most excited to try out at this point? I was pretty excited to play Ash 2.0, you know, Sophia and her double barrel grenade launcher. But since they've teased this guy, I'm actually pretty interested to see how he works and how he fits in with all the other operators. If you want to see the full teaser, I'll leave a link in the description box down below. But that is it for this video. If you found this helpful, leave a like or share it around. And subscribe for more Rainbow Six Siege content. I will have videos up next week covering everything that they covered in the stream. So make sure you subscribe and stick around for those. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.